I'm Patrick Brown.
And I'm Byron Jackson.
Welcome to Let Us Reason. Well, this is our very first episode, and I'm glad you could join us today.
Yeah, in a minute I will read a definition from a dictionary of what a woman is. And it says that a woman is an adult female.
Okay.
Typically, she has a pair of X chromosomes that she got from each parent. Capable of pregnancy and giving birth after puberty.
And you take 50 women or men, depending what transgender side you're on. I don't care if you got 50 men who call themselves women and 50 women call themselves men, and you sticking with the same sex. What you're going to have is a dead society 100 years later. You know, that's an eloquent way of saying what my brother's trying to say. God has a purpose for the man and woman being together. Okay, let's go on with this clip here.
And that tells us that no matter where we are, no matter what situation we find ourselves in, there is no mindset, there is no anything that we have or can do, or no place that we can go where we are separated from God's love. That's how much He loves us. And if someone loves you that much, I would think that you would love them also.
Byron just said, if you're not even going to love your fellow man what you see, how are you going to love God what you cannot see? Which is scripture. He said, look, they're not loving God because they ain't even loving you. They're not even loving their neighbor. They ain't loving their own brother and sister. Okay? Now, should we love God? Absolutely. But what God has given us in His Son, Jesus Christ, there's no reason whatsoever not to love God. What God has given us every day that we wake up and breathe, a breath that was not promised to us, absolutely we should love God. But do everyone do it? Absolutely not. And He answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Ooh, again. Man, so are they onto something, Brother Byron? What do you think is going on here?
Well, from what the scripture says, sounds like they might have been onto something.
Yeah, it kind of looked like it.
Kind of looked like it, but I venture to say that God, being an all-knowing God, might have a little different outlook.
Okay.
Go with me to John 3:16.
Okay, John 3:16. Okay. I think I know what this might say. Now, if anyone's familiar with the Left Behind series, you have a pilot flying the plane, and people were, on the bus driving the bus, and the bus start crashing, and cars crashing, and the plane dip out the sky, and all this other stuff. And that's because the one supposedly the pilot is the Christian, and he's snatched away, which makes the plane go haywire, or the people driving the car, they're snatched away, and so the car go haywire, and the bus go haywire, and everything going crazy because all these people are disappearing. Now, that is the view of the pre-tribulation, the pre-trib rapture people. They believe all these people are going to start disappearing. Now, that's very curious to me that if all that was to really occur, and you still would have some unbelievers walking around the face of the earth.
I believe that the beginning of the tribulation, the church and believers will be on the earth, doing as we were talking about, as a testimony to those that look, these signs and wonders are now appearing, they're showing. It is time for you to prepare. If you don't know Christ, it's time to accept Him because the great tribulation is on its way, or we are in the midst of it. And if you're not a believer, it is time to get prepared for what is coming.
Bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse. Why? That there may be meat in mine house, and prove me now, he would say the Lord, and meat is food.
Yes.
And prove me now, he would say the Lord of hosts, if I will not open you up the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing, that there shall not be room enough to receive it. Now, these pastors want you to think that God gonna open up heaven and rain money out on you. No, this is literally God have withheld the rain because they would not give God the tithe of crops that they were promised to give Him.
If it is your desire to give a tenth of your income to the church that you attend, I don't have a problem. But understand that even if you give a tenth of your income, you're not giving a tithe. You're giving a tenth of your income.
It's not a tithe.